In your consumer news, the U.S. trade deficit hits a record $153 billion in January. The Commerce Department reports imports jumped by nearly $35 billion to over $325 billion. Industrial goods imports led the 26% increase. This record deficit comes just before President Trump's latest round of tariffs on China take effect and ahead of potential additional trade measures. Fashion retailer Forever 21 set to lay off more than 350 workers at its corporate office, which it also plans to shut down. The job cuts come as store closures have been reported in multiple states. It all comes as Forever 21 faces financial difficulties while it tries to compete with Chinese online discount retailers Shein and Temu. Singer Alicia Keys, meanwhile, getting her own Barbie doll. Mattel has made a doll in Keys' likeness as part of its 2025 Career of the Year Women in Music, featuring Keys and her recording engineer. Proceeds will benefit the She Is the Music nonprofit. Many mainstream economists say the cost of cars and groceries could go up even more soon. That is due to more new tariffs Trump will impose tonight. He says they're partly a negotiation tactic to stem the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. and increase border security. But investors are worried about inflation. Amy Kiley reports.
There are going to be tariffs on Tuesday on Mexico and Canada.
The Commerce Secretary confirms new tariffs are on track to begin around midnight Eastern time tonight. He says a 10% hike on Chinese imports is on the table, on top of last month's increase. Executive orders also call for tariffs on most Canadian and all Mexican goods worth more than $800. The secretary says the percentage of those duties is unclear. He says the president believes America's neighbors are making progress on border security.
He's sort of thinking about right now how exactly he wants to play it with Mexico and Canada, and that is a fluid situation.
U.S. companies are the ones that have to pay the tariffs. The Trump administration downplays how much of that cost they'd pass on to consumers. Many economists say the proposed tariffs could increase prices for goods like shoes, electronics, groceries, and especially vehicles.
If you can buy one before Tuesday, before the tariffs come in and we either shut down or become more expensive, you should go and do it.
Another concern is that Mexico, China, and Canada could impose retaliatory measures.
We will have a strong, unequivocal, and proportional response as Canadians expect.
But some analysts say the new tariffs could be good for the U.S. in the end. The Trump administration says they're leverage.
And the key would be no tariffs. But to get there, there's a negotiation. He's starting that negotiation.